Hello and wakey bakey. The BitMonger coming at you from beautiful Thailand. Hope you guys are all doing well and Merry Christmas. I really hope you guys all have a wonderful day today. And in today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the trade that short trade that I went into yesterday. And wow, it's been a wild run. And I have got a little story to tell you. I don't know if you're watching the chart, but I'm going to go over what happened and how I ended up saving the trade and then going back into it. And the thing ripped up and liquidated me. I jumped back in and then I got my money back. You can see right here, boom, I took money, basically it was a wash, on that, and I'll show you the chart in a second here. Check this out, guys. It is just insane. But before we get into that actual trade, let's take a look at Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin is currently in a pattern here, and I've identified this zone here where it's just been bouncing back and forth. You could probably take it down to the white line here if you wanted to, but this zone here, basically between around 87 and 89, has been a zone in which it's been, bouncing around in. And now we're right at the bottom of this channel that it's been, going in. And we can see here, though, this is a little concerning. We can see that it made a lower low here, hit here, and then it actually got lower here. So this is not a good sign, guys. That's showing weakness. It could potentially come down. However, the flip side of that is we are, in our next few days, we will be going into the so-called Santa rally phase. So you need to keep that in mind if you are going to be shorting anything that could cause some things to a little pumped up, and so you might want to be very careful about shorting during that time frame. But we'll see whether or not that Santa rally comes true. Odds are, historically, they're like about a 78-79% chance. Probably best to sit on your hands during that time frame. However, if you see a really good opportunity, use very low leverage if you are shorting, and I will get into that just now. Look at Pippin here, guys, and this is what I wanted to talk about. Look at that candle right there. Okay, it absolutely ripped, and this is classic manipulation. You can see right here, here was the top. It had topped out here, this white line, and that's right around 53 cents. So I had entered that order yesterday like around 46, 40, I think it was around 46, 47, and then it went up to 50, and it was lingering right around 50 for quite a while, and I added a little bit more to my short at that stage. And I added a little bit more. I think I had an order in at like around 53, and these were nibbles because, like I said, we don't know what's happening with Pippin, and it could potentially, these things can be completely irrational with these little shit coins, especially these meme coins. So you need to be really careful with these because they can run up way more than you would ever suspect. However, I'm betting that it will eventually roll over, and that's why I took the trade, because it had ran up so much in a single day. And if you remember, it was up like 1,500, over 1,500% in the month. So that's completely abnormal, completely bucking the trend of everything else that's going on in crypto right now. So when I see those kinds of anomalies, I like to short. So, but I did get flushed out on this massive wick that just happened. I mean, it went from like 50 cents to about 72 cents, 73 cents in a blink of an eye. Hey guys, it just whipped up there. And luckily I was monitoring it. So I got stopped out. I immediately jumped back into the trade. And it was weird. When I immediately jumped back into the trade, I couldn't execute my order. For some reason, it wasn't letting me. So I didn't get the Pico top right after getting liquidated. Unfortunately, I would have made more money. But I did get into the trade, and that's how I managed to get this return, okay? And usually what happens, guys, is when you see a huge candle like this, it will revert. I mean, that is absolutely abnormal, right? So it did come back down, and you can see right after that it went all the way back down, and it went back down to about 44 cents, I think it was. And I was able to cash out and make it a wash. So I didn't lose any money, didn't really gain any money. And then it went back up, and it got up to about 53, where the previous top was right here. And I put in a short again. And one thing I would say, if you are going to be shorting these little shit coins, I would be don't be using a lot of leverage, guys, because you can get wiped out so quickly. I would say use a maximum of 3 leverage at the most. You might even want to just be safe and just use 2x leverage if you're doing this. So, anyways, I'm still in this trade right now. As I mentioned, I went back in at it at like right around 52.8, I think it was, and I'm in the money now, and it's coming down, and I do suspect it's going to roll over and eventually revert down to this mean, and I suspect it probably will come around down. You know, it might test these bottoms here. Another area that you might want to look for if you're more greedy is this zone in this area here to take profits. But eventually, I do think this thing's going to roll over. I mean, do you guys really have faith in a fucking unicorn meme? I mean, that does DeFi. To me, it's just ridiculous. Unicorn. I mean, like, who cares about a unicorn meme? I mean, it's like, are we little kids here? Are we like, oh, a bunch of Hello Kitty boys? Fuck no. So I don't think that this thing's got legs, and I do think it will roll over and puke really hard at some stage. So that's why I am in this trade. Okay. The other one that I also entered another short yesterday. This coin had ripped as well. You could have seen it. And this is Avantis. If you're not familiar with Avantis, it is a DEX on the base chain, and it allows you to use 500x leverage. That's so crazy. Talk about just, asking to get wiped out. So, as you can see, it's had a significant pump. It's gone up 15 to 22%, around 46% in the past 7 days. And the trading volume has gone up 80 to 100% just since the prior day. Key reasons for the current pump: Avantis has seen explosive growth in perp trading, with reports of 113% in 24-hour volume. That drives fee generation, even with zero fee models on losses, boosting protocol revenue. Okay, so, okay. I get it, but is that really worthy? It also, here's something pretty interesting too. It recently had a partnership, and this is cool because it hits home with BitCup, Thailand's largest exchange, to bring high leverage trading to Southeast Asia. So that is positive, but did it have gone up that much? Well, Bitcoin is going down. I mean, let's take a quick look at that. What did it do from here? We're looking at got up to that top there. We're looking at a 64%, and it's just since, when is this? The 21st of December. I don't think, to me, that's irrational. I think gravity will come back down. Now, if you're looking at taking this trade, you know, right now it's bucking up right against this top trend right here, so you could nibble, but it has been showing, it has been going up here. It looks like it's starting to get close to, you know, the top of the RSI, and it looks like it might start to be rolling over. Now, I would only take a little nibble here, and and this is where, if it's going to break through this, if it finally does break through it, you can see it tried to get through it here once. It's trying to get through it right now. It does have the possibility to go up to here to about 42, call it 43 cents. So if you're wanting to short this, if you think it's going to revert back down, you could put a short order in here, or you could put your short in now and have your stop loss just above where this wicked out. That could be one way that you could play it. Personally, I put a little tiny short in here where it's at right now, and I will stop out here, and I'll put another short in here because I don't think that this thing is going to continue up. That's my current play. So guys, there's a danger, like I said earlier. There is a danger, is when you look at Bitcoin and you see where we are right at the bottom of this channel area, right? We are sitting right on the bottom of it. So this could potentially start to go back up, and I would expect it to go up to about, you know, close to the top of this before it rolls back over based on what's going on. We do have the Santa rally to be considering though, guys. So keep that in mind if you are going to take the risk and make this trade. I personally like to short things when you see Bitcoin is near the top of this channel and a coin has done massively. When you see a shitcoin that has absolutely pumped and Bitcoin is higher towards the top of the channel, then it makes it easier to make that short, because you know Bitcoin will probably go back down, and as it goes down, that coin will fizzle out and probably dump. So you're taking more risk when Bitcoin is down at the bottom of this channel and rising back up, and you go into a short. Okay, that's Bitcoin being your North Star. You always want to be looking at where Bitcoin is in relation to what you're doing with your altcoins. So there you have it, guys. I hope that was insightful. Hope you're all doing well. BitMonger on.